This guy's name is Virgil, and he was fighting for these kids. The kids loved him. He was the good guy, and he just fired him through the producer. And the guy, well, tell Dan to come fire myself. And the guy's just like, leave. Like, Dan is a coward. Dan Schneider is a coward asshole. Okay, he's just a straight coward. Then it gets into the Jason Michael Handy is arrested, and then everything and shit hits the fan. Okay, Jason Michael Handy, the guy that sent that girl the picture, the mom didn't say anything. He was allowed to continue, and that's what pisses me off. If she would have just called the police at that moment, hope maybe, and we can't know this, he wouldn't have been able to do it to other people, because this is what happened. His job was to walk kids around, and the parents he came across as the nice guy. Cops anyway. Something happened, and the cops got called, and they found thousands, literally thousands of CSAM images on his computer. He was a full-fledged pedo, and he had journals saying such about himself. He had Ziploc bags of tokens of the kids in it. Ziploc bags, likely sniffing them. With letters from the kids, emails. One bag had underwear. A lot of parents didn't want to be involved. So all the kids that were in those little baggies, apparently most of them didn't want anything to do with it. Trying to save their kids' careers. They know this predator's there, and they're like, my kid's career matters more. What does that sound like to you? It sounds like family vloggers who put their kids on the internet with millions of predators who have parasocial relations with them not caring. That sounds exactly the same. So parents who don't care, who don't want to speak up when their child is a victim of a pedo, you are bad. Not as bad as the pedo, but you are bad. You are gross. If you do not protect your children, you are disgusting. Now, I know there's nuance to like, I don't want my kid reliving these things, and I understand that as a person who grew up, who was S8. Okay, I understand that. But you have a responsibility, and there are avenues that you can pursue that make it so your kid doesn't necessarily have to be a forefront of all that stuff, which we'll see with Drake soon. Okay, but if you didn't stand up at the moment when you found this guy was that way, something wrong with you. They found journals. He wrote about his desires and how he struggles on a day-to-day basis, how he has to find a victim to R. Literally wrote it. And he's around children. Now, is that Nickelodeon's fault? Not necessarily, but if they had any inkling of it, and if a parent would have spoken up like this one should have, he should have been gone. Now, how many NDAs were signed during this process? Okay, we hear what you're saying. We figure, here's some money. Here's an NDA. We'll never know. After understanding what Nickelodeon has done and how much crap they've done, I want to believe that they probably just knew and didn't want to say anything because it was just going to get worse. That's what I want to think. That's alleged, but all the other things they did, it's not so why is that far-fetched? The show helped him. He's grooming kids, but it was the guest stars. He kissed her, and so how he got caught was the 9-year-old is at his house, and he kissed her, and she backed away, and he said he would get he kissed her, and this is the one that he, like a 9-year-old, and he'd say, I get you on shows, and he was leveraging his power, which he had none of, to get them. That's what predators do. That's what groomers do. That's what Dan did. That's what this other guy coming up did. They all do this. There's like an MO, and they all do it. And as soon as you see some type of MO happening, get your kids out of there. And he only got 6 years, right? If more testified, he would have gone away for a lot longer, but those parents have failed. I'm sorry, those parents failed. They failed. This guy should be in jail for the rest of his life, and he only got 6 years. 6 years. He had Ziploc baggies and journals saying he doesn't know how long he can hold off R-ing children. 6 years. No apology to the kids. When it happened, everything was just swept under the rug, like it always is.